Welcome everyone. So today I'm going to demonstrate how to create an interactive portfolio with the Adobe XD. Alright, so before we start with the Adobe XD, let's go and visit this project tree planning. Right, because you need to have this before you work in Adobe XD. Okay, so the most important part is I want you to plan on finding an example from the Behance. Okay, how can you design for the all the 4 pages for the interactive portfolio? So these pages consist of home, about, portfolio, and contact. Alright, and also in this project planning, I have asked everyone to find Adobe Color Wheel selection for the whole design. Okay, so to get this example, you can go to any web browser and you can just type Behance. Okay, let me show you. If you go to randomly to any Google, you can type Behance.net. So this is one of the popular website that you can find example for any graphic work project. Okay, so if I type here portfolio, right, so from here you can find a lot of example from the existing project. Okay, and this is the one that I have choose portfolio from this designer. Okay, so from here I want to use this design as my home page. This is the about me. This is how I will design the contact, and these are the links to all the 5 artwork that we have done from the first semester for this course. Okay, so now let's get started. Let me close this and open a new file. Right, so when you open your Adobe XD, you will get this window. Okay, so because the files that we need to design is for Web 1920. So when you go and hit this new file, make sure that you select the second option, Web 1920, and I want you to choose the first option, 1920 by 1080. So this is the resolution, right? Okay, so when you create the new file in Adobe XD with the option of web-based design, you will get this first artboard, and this artboard is named as Web 1920-1, meaning that this is the first artboard. So seeing that we have to create 4 pages, means that you have to add another 3 more artboards. Okay, so it's good if you go to the top here, you can see that the view is 48.1%. So you click and you can change it to, let's say, 10%. So if you change to 10%, then you can see the first artboard. Alright, so how to add to the 3 more artboards? You go to the left hand side and you can see this icon. So click on this icon. Okay, and when you go to the canvas, you can see that you have the smart guides, and just click, and this is how to create the second artboard. Okay, and then you need to have another 2 more artboard, right? So that's how to add 4 artboards in your canvas. Okay, and if you think that this is too close, you can go to the selection tool. Right, go to the selection tool, and when you click in this 3 dotted, which is the name of the artboard, you can move this to any parts of your canvas in Adobe XD. Right, and then now I want you to change back this 10% maybe to 30% so that we can see this artboard much bigger. Alright, okay, so that's how to add artboards in Adobe XD, how to reorganize where you want to place all of these artboards, and how can you zoom in and zoom out to see the whole artboards or a specific artboards. Right, okay, then next, how can we add text and image in Adobe XD? Okay, so now we have to look back on the design that we planned. Okay, so this will be our first home page. Okay, so this first home page, you have the text. So this is a text. Okay, and you have a different, not to say a different, I think in this design it has two different font type. Okay, because if you scroll down, another thing you have to plan in here is the types of the font face. Okay, so let's see, the first font face that I want to use is Bordeaux, right? And then let's see, if I go to the web browser, right, so if you can type download free font. Okay, so you type free download free font, and you can see there is a lot of website that allow you to download any font into your computer system. So if I go to the first link, okay, and you can find a lot of example, okay, that you can use. So let's say if I choose this one, Bordeaux. So Bordeaux will be the heading. So any parts that I need to create a title, I will use the font face name Bordeaux. Okay, and then the next thing, I need to find another font for the body. Okay, so what means by here, because when you design for the interactive portfolio, you have two different parts in the design. Okay, let's say here about me is the heading, and then the name Muhammad Sahalki, graphic designer. So this is the body font. That's why you need to have two different fonts. Okay, so if I choose the first font Bordeaux, okay, if I choose the first font Bordeaux, and if I type randomly in the internet, okay, font pair with Bordeaux, right, because here I want to see what are the font that goes well with the Bordeaux. Okay, so let's say if I want to use my Bordeaux font with Brandon Grotiski. Okay, so I can copy this one, and if I type randomly in the browser, free download font, okay, Brandon Grotiski, right, and I can click in here. Okay, let's see where is the download link. Right, so you can see here Brandon Grotiski font free download. Okay, so I will click here, close the app first, right, and then I want to download this in my download folder. Okay, so now you have this Brandon Grotiski. So if I open my Finder and go to the download, I need to unzip this font. Okay, so when I unzip this font, I can see all the .otf. Right, so how to download this into your computer system? If you go to the search button here, right, I want you to type font book and then press enter. Okay, so I'll show you again. You go to the search, right? So when you type font book, so this is the first one, the application for font book. Okay, so if you double click the font book, so you can see that this is all the font that installed in your computer. Okay, so make sure that on the left hand side you are in the all font or in the user. Okay, I think it's better you go to the user, because if you are not in the user, let's say you are in the English, sometimes it won't allow you to install the font. Okay, so make sure you click on the user and then go to the download folder. Right, you can select all of this font and then click and drop inside this phone book, and you can see that now the Brandon Grotiski is now installed in your computer system, and now we can use this font. Okay, so do the same with the first font, which is the heading. I have already downloaded the font, so this is the heading font that I'm going to use, Bodoni FMF. Okay, so now let's get back to the Adobe XD. Okay, so if we look at the design, alright, so this is the first design. We need to have the word portfolio, and remember that when you take a guidelines, when you take a references for your web, for your creative portfolio design, it is not necessary for you to follow exactly from the example. So take the references. Okay, take this web design as a references and examples only. Do not like follow exactly 100%. Right, so maybe the words, I want to remain the words portfolio, but then instead of using this graphic design, I want to change it to intro to media technology. Okay, so how to add text in Adobe XD? If you go to the left hand side, you can see this tool. Okay, text. So click on the text. So we are looking at the first artboard. So click anywhere, right? And then you can type the first word with capital letter. Okay, portfolio, right? And then you go to this selection tool and make sure that you hold the shift keypad on your keyboard. Okay, so this is to make sure that you retain the size of this text without making distorted. Okay, and then when you use the selection tool, okay, you will find the smart guideline so that you know how to put your words in the center of the artboard. Okay, so let's say I am satisfied with this size. Okay, and then release my mouse, and then we need to change this type to Bodoni. Okay, so on the right hand side you can see the text section. The font here is Helvetica New. So if I go to the drop down and I type Bodoni, okay, so this is the font that I want to use, the first font, portfolio, and then this is how to change the size. Okay, so if I change it to 200, right, and then if I go back to this planning, there are two different color. Okay, so we can create this, okay, as what we see from the references. So if I okay, I think the best way how to do this is you need to have two different tags. So the first tag is port and the second tag is portfolio. So I'm going to highlight this one and then cut the font. Okay, go back to the text tool. So click anywhere and then you can right click and paste the word that you just cut. Okay, so put this together. Right, so the first text is with the color inside. Right, so if you go to the if you scroll down, you see the appearance section. So this is the fill color, and then go back to the portfolio planning and check on your Adobe color wheel selection. So in here you can see that we can choose two different colors, okay, based on this design. Right, so the two different colors that I want to use is I want to use this green. Okay, make sure that you have the link so that you can take the RGB color. Okay, so this is the color. So if you go to this copy, you click and it will copy the RGB, and then go back to your Adobe XD. You select the first word, and then this is the fill color. Okay, you click the fill color and you can right click and paste the code. When you enter, so it changed to the color that you select from the um, from the Adobe color selection. Right, and then the next one is I'm gonna use this color, okay, the yellow green, and then go back to Adobe XD. Okay, click the second word. So for this one, if we refer back on the design, okay, it only use the color for outline, not for the fill color. So how to do that? If you click on the second word, there are two types of appearance that we can have. One is the fill and the other one is border. So if I click the border, okay, and click inside the border, please, right, and if I change the fill color with let's say if we change it to white. Okay, so white code is 000. Oh, no, sorry, it's FFF. So sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you use F 5 times, so that's how to change the fill color with white. Right, but if we look again in the design, the design use a color for the background, so you can change the background color, okay, for this artboard. So if I click on the artboards, okay, make sure that you click on this text. When you click on this text, you can see in the appearance you have fill color for the whole artboard. So if I go back to this color selection, okay, let's say I want to choose this green color, okay, as my background color, or maybe we can use yes, I think I want to use this as a background color, and then change the font color for the first one. Okay, maybe the font color I can use this one. Okay, let's change the font first. So click on the second word, on the first word, font. Okay, right click, paste, then enter, and then go back to the Adobe color wheel, and then choose the first color, and I will make this as my background color. Okay, click on the word web 1920, and then fill, right click, and then paste, then enter. Okay, then we need to go back to here. Right, remember that the border is the second color, and then for the fill color we need to choose same with the background. Okay, so here you can see how you can change the color according to the plan that you look at the design planning. Okay, so if you think that this color doesn't match, so maybe we can go back to this design. Okay, I think I want to use this one as the first font. Alright, I think that is much better. Yes, okay. And we can see that the outline is using the same color with this fill. Alright, you can select both of the text and then change the size. Okay, and if you want to align this at the bottom, you can look at the alignment on the inside. Okay, if I click the bottom, okay, align bottom, then this will be align bottom together. Okay, just to make sure that this text is at the center. Right, and then go back to the project planning. Okay, the next thing you need to change this graphic design to intro to media technology. So I go back to the T and then click anywhere first. Okay, because the fill color is same with the background, so that's why you cannot see anything. Just go back to the T. Okay, click anywhere and then you type the first word intro. You can't see them because it has the same color with the background. Okay, so change this fill maybe to white, or you can go to this color selection and see what are the other color you can use. So I think you can use yeah, just use white color. Okay, go back in here, go to the fill color and change this to F5 times to create the white color. Right, and the second the second font that I want to use is not a bordering, but I want to use it Brandon Rustic. Remember that this is it the one that we choose? Brandon Rustic, yes. Okay, so maybe you can change it to 15, keep it too small. If we change this view to 50%, okay, yeah, maybe we can change it to 30. Okay, but I don't want to use any border. Okay, so I will uncheck this box, this check box, and I just want to have fill color only. Right, so intro to media technology. Okay, use the selection tool and then maybe we can make this font, increase the size. So that you can have enough room for this word. Okay, intro to media technology. Right, and then go back to the planning Okay, so next I want to have this 2021. So click on the text tool and then click anywhere. Okay, we got 2021. Right, and then change the fill color with white. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something. Okay, yes, it's not 5 but 6 digit. Okay, and I want to have same size with this font, so 30. So click again on the 2021 and then change from 300 to 30, and I don't want the border. Okay, so click and then bring the word in here. Okay, and you can highlight everything and make sure that this is in this center. Okay, right, so we have done with the first page. Okay, so now let's do on the second page. Okay, so this is dash 2, and let's look back in the design planning. So in the design planning, you can see you have one image and all the things about you in here. Alright, so now how to insert the image. Okay, so let's find some image. Okay, let me see if I have any image in my computer. Right, so I want to use this photo. Right, so now we are designing the second page in the Adobe XD. Okay, so how to insert the image? You can either drag and drop. Okay, you can just click in the photo and then drop to the Adobe XD. That is the easiest way, drag and drop. Or you can go to File and then Import from where you save the file. Okay, right. And if you want to cut the file, you need to bring this to Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so let's say I want to cut this because I don't want to have another image. Okay, so if I go to File, Open, right, and if I go to the selection tool and I can choose only the part that I want to select, right, and then you go to File, edit, you can copy and then go back to File and then New. Okay, just press Create and you can paste it in here. Right, so if you go to File and then Save As, okay, save on your computer, so make sure that you create one folder. So this is interactive portfolio, okay, underscore your name, and make sure you save everything in this folder. Okay, my photo, and save it as okay, because I want to export this as JPEG. I will go to export as, okay, and I want to choose as a JPEG, right, export, go back to the folder that you create, okay, name it as my photo. right? So now if I minimize the Photoshop and then go back to the Finder, okay, because I save everything in the folder named Interactive Portfolio. So this is the photo. I can click, drag and drop into the Adobe XD. Okay, right, so this is the photo. Go back to the planning. Right, so the image is here, and then in the right hand side you have the heading about me, and then the details about you, and then you can put the education, experience, or whatever that you want to have. You want the people know about you. Okay, so this is the photo. Yeah, I can't see the font because the field is white color. Right, so for the font I want to remain using color with the green, sorry, this is yellow color. Okay, so I can go back to the um, yeah, we can just go to the border. Okay, copy from here and then go to the fill, right click and then paste the same color and then press enter. Right, you can uncheck the border so that you only have the fill color. Right, so make sure that the heading is bold only, and then the body is using the second font. Okay, and also I want to change the artboard color. Okay, if I go back to this artboard and I can copy from here. Okay, this is the same color. So go back in here, fill, and you can paste the same color. Right, so about me is the heading. Um, okay, maybe we can use the bold. Right, and then so maybe the second font, okay, you can use white color and you change it to the random glow stick. Okay, so the first font is, let's change it to 80. Okay, and then maybe for the body we can have 30, or 30 is too small. Let's see, 50. Right, okay, so here you will start to write about you. Right, and then blah blah blah, and you can finish this way. Right. Okay, another thing is when you have this paragraph, okay, you can use the alignment in here. Okay, in the text we can use alignment, and I want you to choose the alignment to, let's see if we choose fit size. Okay, and this is how to change the spacing for the paragraph. Let's see what happens if we add. Oh no, I think that is okay. So this is to change line spacing, right? And this is to change um, the space between this font, okay, in here, right? You can either change the character spacing, or you can either change the line spacing, right? So if I just go to the Google, okay, if I want to find um, a dummy paragraph, okay, so if I copy this one, so go back to the Adobe XD, and if I enter, right, so here meaning that we need to make the area, okay, much bigger so that we can see another font, okay, another area, right. So for the alignment, I want you to use let's see, what do we have here? Okay, this is for center line right, okay. But if you think that this is too big, maybe we can change it to 40. Okay, right, so that's how to edit your paragraph in Adobe XD. Okay, so now we have two pages. Okay, the first page is the home, okay, where do you design the title, and then now you have the second page is about me. Okay, so let's say in the third page, okay, this is where we have to link all the artworks that you have done in this course. Okay, first of all, let's change the background color. So you click on the first web, okay, and then go to fill. You can copy this code and then click on artboard 3, click again and right click, you paste it here, okay, and press enter. Right. So in the third page, you have to design for you have to design for the artworks, okay. um, so let's say in here what I want to do is to use the same design, right? So this is 01, and let's change this back to Bodoni. Okay, make it bigger. So in this course you have 5 artworks, right? So you can copy and paste this and change this to 2. Okay, let's see the design, right? And I want this, okay, before I copy, let's set the first font first. I want this to be close to each other. Okay, so if I go here and I put -1 and maybe 2, right? So if I put negative 200, let's see, right? So this is much closer, but that is doesn't look nice. So let's see, negative 150. Yes, okay, because I want to have this kind of effect. You see that the font is closer. Okay, these two characters is close to each other. That you can use, okay, this option. Okay, because this is for space between the character, and I have put negative 150. Right, so this is the first one. Then you can copy, click anywhere, and then right click, you can paste, and it is at the same place, so just click and drag on the top, okay, to get the second one. Okay, and okay, this is not correct because it's too close, right? So maybe you can make this, okay, instead of 150, maybe we can change it to 130. Okay, no, let's see what happens if we change this to negative 100. Oh, I think this is much better. Right, so 1 2 okay, let me copy from here first. If it's needed, then we can change the spacing. Okay, so this is 3. Right, and then we can copy from here too if we want. Okay, this is 4, and then we need another one, and I think that this is too close, so I want to change it to negative 50. Okay, or maybe negative 3. Yes, right, 4, and then let's see if we copy from here. Right, this is 5. Okay, and I want to have all of this space with the same spacing, so we can use a line middle. Okay, let's see if I do anything, what will happen. Okay, distribute horizontally. Yes, okay, so you have to choose this one, distribute horizontally, and then if you click here, you can also find, okay, the place where you can make this become center. So maybe we can add more space. Right, then if you highlight everything together and go back to this distribute horizontally, okay, this one, click and see if it is can distribute nicely. Okay, and then if we look again in the design, there is a word in the center. Right, so you can name this with all the artworks that you have done. Okay, click anywhere. So the first artwork that we have created is illustration. Yes, so the word is illustration. Right, and then I want you to change this to the second font, okay, which is Brandon Grotesque. Okay, make this into 0. Right, make it normal, and then the size, okay, maybe we can use 50. Okay, and all of this font I want to have this border color. Okay, you have to remain all the color. Okay, just click all of this font and then go to the fill, right click, paste. Okay, enter, and you can uncheck the border. And this one, okay, make it as white color. Right. Another thing is, if you click in the words, okay, on the right hand side, you can see the layer. Okay, make sure that the illustration is on the top of all of the numbers. So because if this is, underneath the 01, okay, let's see, you can see that the some of the fonts, it doesn't appear in your canvas. Okay, make sure that you know how to organize all the layer, which is the thing you want to make appear first. Okay, you need to reorganize the layer so that it will, if it is, should be on the top or should be at the bottom, right? So maybe for this one, we can create a border. Okay, but with the border color I also want to use white color. Okay, so now it is much clearer, right? So this is illustration, and then you can copy and then paste, so drag from the same place. So this will be the second word is, remember, Photoshop. Okay, and then the third assignment that you have done is, okay, Kinetic video. I think Kinetic is the second one. The first one is basic keyframe. Okay. Right, and then we have done the Kinetic video, and the last one is fire effect. Right. Okay, so let's say that we have done designing page, okay, which is, this will be a link. If we click on the first 01 illustration, and then it goes to the 19.4, which is, this is the page for the illustration image. Okay, let's go back to the design because I want to see how to organize the layout. Okay, so it can be like this one, 01 chapter, not chapter 1, 01 logo design. Okay, so meaning that you need to add another 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we need to have another 4 artboards for all of this artwork, right? So let's do the first one, 01 illustration. Okay, so for this page, we can change the resolution, right? I want you to maintain the width, but the height of this artboard we can change. And so in the transform, if I click in, make sure that this is unlocked, okay, and we can resize this, okay, because maybe if your image is you have content that longer than this height, you can change it from the transform. Okay, so let's design on this page, which is the illustration. I can copy from here. Keep this, and I want to put this in the center. And before that, I want to change the background color, okay, with the same color for everything. Then enter. Right, and then according to this design, I want to have only the outline, okay, for 01, and then the word, maybe we can have another word instead of chapter 1, maybe we can have artwork, okay, artwork illustration. Right, so click on this 01, and then I don't want to have fill, but I want to see the border only. Okay, and I want to make it much bigger. Okay, make sure you press the shift. Okay, so I want to change this to artwork. Okay, so make it at the center. Right, and you also can add some spacing, but make sure that if you use spacing for this font, you maintain the style with 0, 02, 03, 04, and 05. Okay, so let's say if I want to add some space, I want to put 100. 150. Okay, let's see, 150, and I want to put this as a center. Okay, I can use this one. All right, align center. And you can also click on the 01, and then for the border, maybe we can increase the size. Right, so it look nicer to have a value of 2, or let's see, 3. Yeah, so this is up to you. Okay, which one that you think is nice. Okay, and then at the bottom you can drag and drop the illustration word from your first assignment. Okay, I don't think that I still save the image. So maybe we can go randomly to any illustration, but make sure that this is your work. Okay, the first illustration that we created before. Right, so this is the first artwork, which is illustration. Okay, now let's say I create another one, and this is for how to add a video. Okay, so I can just copy this one. Okay, copy the artboard, right click anywhere, I can paste, so I can have the same size and retain the design. Okay, but in here I want to change this from 1 to 2. Right, and then maybe you can look at number 2. What is the spacing that we created? And the character spacing is -80. So maybe we can go back to here and then change this to no, I think we need to change it from here. No, it's not negative, it's 80. But this is too far, maybe 50. Okay, -80. Okay, right, and then artwork, and this is the first video. Okay, let's see, basic key frames. So you can click in this text and then go to the center. Okay, and select artwork, then go to this align center. Okay, right, so you can delete this one. So basic keyframes, and here we need to add the video. So how to add the video? Okay, it's also the same. You have to find it, okay, where you save. Make sure that you put everything in the same folder. Okay, let's say this is the video. Okay, just click and then drag to here. Right, this is with MOV format. Okay, let's see if we can use another format of video. Yes, okay. So I will check back what is the format, but by now when I choose MOV, it doesn't allow me. So, but if I choose the MP4, okay, this allow me to add the video. Right, so this is the video, and if you press the shift, okay, you can make it this smaller. Okay, so if you want to see the video, you have to press this play button. Okay, if I click this video,
take the stairs.
so that is the video. Okay, so beside of you add this image and the video, I also want you to type some information about this assignment. Okay, so maybe you can go to the text tool. Okay, I want you to type some information about the assignment so you can explain, okay, what is this assignment is about. Okay, so let's see this is the tax information. So make sure that this size is the same as you set in here. So I set it to 40. So just make sure that everything is consistent. Okay, and this is also width 40. Okay, and you change back this number. Okay, the spacing to 0. This is 0. Okay, so you can use center. Okay, you can copy this and then paste it here. So let's see, this is the explanation about the video. Right, so now let's say we have designed all the pages. So by now means that you must have add another 4 more artboards, okay, because this is the place where you will put all the artworks. Okay, so let's say we have done, and the last steps that we need to do is to create the interaction between all of these pages. Okay, because when I'm in the portfolio, there must be a button or maybe this word itself. When I click, and then it will goes to the second page, and then from the second page it can go to the third, fourth, and you can jump to any pages between this interactive portfolio. So how to do that? First of all, okay, let's change this back to 30%. Okay, so maybe first we need to plan how can we create the interaction part. Okay, so maybe in this part I want to use this font itself as a link. When I click this word, then it goes to the about me. Okay, and then from the about me, I need to have another um, text, okay, that can jump to this page, right? So how to do that? Maybe in here, okay, we can add a link on the top, right? So let's say we add a link on the top because when I look into this design, okay, because this is in one page, so that's why um, it doesn't have any example on how to design for the link. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so maybe in this page, okay, we can use text. All right, we can use, let's say, home page. Okay, so this is the first link that go back to home page. So we can copy this and then right click. Okay, and then maybe this is the artworks. Okay, and we can change it to maybe bold, black maybe. Doesn't look right. Okay, this is a dot, so I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, so now I have this word. So if I click on the home page, it will go back to here. If I click the artworks, it will go to this page. Okay, and we can use this number and words so that when I click here, it will goes to the 01 artwork. But in here, you must have another design, another font that can go back to here. Okay, so maybe we can just copy from this words and the circle. Okay, if I right click copy, I can paste it in here, right? So maybe we can name this instead of yeah, maybe we can just delete this one. Okay, and remain the words artwork. So if we click artworks, then it will goes to this page. Okay, right. So now how to create the interaction? You have to go to the prototype. Okay, you must go to the prototype. Okay, on the top you have three tabs. Design is when you want to start design the page. Okay, and then you go to the prototype. This is how to create the interaction. Alright, so I think it's good if we can make this view smaller. Okay, so from here, um, right, so from here if we click anywhere, then it goes to this page, right? And then now make it bigger again. Okay, because from here I want to choose this text, okay, home page, and you can see, okay, there is an arrow. So from this arrow I want it to go to this page. Okay, and then for the artwork I want this to go to the artwork pages, which is this one, right? So in here maybe I can also make this font, okay, to go here, and also this one to go to here. Okay, and then from here if I click on the artworks, then it will goes to here, and we can also make this word to go to these pages, right? So I'm not doing everything at once, okay, because I just want to show the example, right? Then let's see what happens if we click on this play button, okay, to see the prototype, right? Make sure that you click on the first page and then press play. So from here if I click, then it goes to the second page. Okay, home page, it will back to here, and then artwork will go here, 01 illustration. Okay, and then artworks, it will be that in here. So means that in here you must have another link that can goes back to the portfolio, or back to this page. Okay, so maybe if I go back to the design, I can copy all of this. Okay, and I can paste it here. This will go to the home page, so maybe instead of artworks, we can go back to about me. Right, then go back to the prototype. So homepage will go here, about me will go here. Okay, so if I make it smaller and click again, you can see all the link that goes to all pages. Right, so if I click on play, let's check. Okay, homepage, artworks, it goes here. Okay, and then artworks, homepage back. Right, so now we are done how to create the link page. Okay, let's say you have done and you want to send the link to me so that I can preview the interactive portfolio. So how to do that? You go to this share tab on the top. Okay, on the top you have the third one, share. Okay, and this link you can rename to interactive portfolio, and make sure that this is anyone with the link, and then you create the link. Okay, wait for a while until it is done. Okay, and then you can copy this link. Okay, and then paste the link in the submission. Okay, in the submission you must submit the link together with the folder. Okay, what I mean by folder is when you start doing this interactive portfolio, you save everything in one folder. Alright, and then you copy this link. Maybe you can save it in Word, in a PDF. Okay, so that when I click on the link, okay, I just copied the link and I can paste it in here. Right, so this is the page that we just created. So if I click in here, it will goes to the about me. Okay, the home page, the artworks, okay, illustration one, and then back to the artwork. Okay, so that's all how to create the interactive portfolio. Thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum.